Hey everybody, Sweetwater. I'm exploring a new river today. I'm actually on a private section of a Trout Unlimited water. And this place is loaded with fish, y'all. It's the first place I've stopped. And I've only been fishing a couple of minutes. I caught a fish right away. I ran back to the truck and grabbed the camera. I'm coming back up here to where I left my fishing pole. But this is going to be a good day. I got a good feeling about this. I'm glad that I can bring you along with us. I'm going to go over some tips and some pointers today. We're going to get after it, so stick around. And if you like this kind of trout fishing content, if you would, please sneak into the Like Button's house, eat all of their Cocoa Puff cereal, and replace it with a similar shaped dog food. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get this camera set up on the tripod and get back to fishing, so we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, let's get after it. Pretty little rainbow. Number 2 for the day. Today is blowing like 20 to 30 miles per hour. It makes tough casting with this fly rod. My first tip is you gotta have patience when fly fishing. You have to be able to get over a tangled line and being able to take a minute untangle. So let's go. I'm good to go now. I think that's all they put in this system is rainbows. Let's go ahead and say peace out, trout. Alright, so tip number 2 of the day. Start at the bottom of the pool and work your way up to the front of the run. If you start at the front of the run, you'll probably walk right by fish that are in the tail end of it. Tip number 2, start in the back and work your way upriver. This is the best one so far. It's a pretty fish. Let's get a release on this one. Peace out, little trout. Thanks for playing. There he goes. So I could tell right away that fish frayed my little 4-pound tippet, so I have to retie. So I'm going to pause this and we'll get back to fishing in just a minute. Alright, I've got a new tippet tied on. And I'm going to keep working this same run as long as I'm catching a fish. I'm going to send it. this pool, but I'm bringing you with me, so hold on a second. Unbuttoned. Alright, we're going down to a new section of river. I had to move. A few people really just kind of crowded me, asked me what I was using. Just using a nymph under an indicator, and an indicator is just a glorified bobber. Fish this big rock face up here. If I can get across this, I'll be golden. Deep right here. Did not fall. You got to be careful doing this. You need to be sure-footed and have you a set of rubber britches. You definitely need waders to get off of the bank and be able to fish places that a lot of people don't get to. Tip number 3. Okay everybody, I found a nice little run here. It's good deep water against the rock wall. I'm on a tail race water. That's the dam to the Sugar Hollow Reservoir, just north and west of Charlottesville. That'll give you an idea where I am. You can do your digging and find out exactly. But I'm gonna leave that up to you. I'm not telling you. Let's break down a little bit of water for you. You have that white water coming across the edge of the rock. That's your main current. There's a seam. You can usually follow either a bubble line or like pollen and stuff like that on the water. There's that seam between the fast current, the seam, and the calm flat water. Okay, you work your way down here. This is where it washes out, and it's usually a really deep pool. And that rock formation is a beautiful feature. That's gorgeous. How cool is that? I know I'm gonna catch a fish in front of that rock. So I'm gonna get after it. But this is an eddy. I'm standing here. Okay, let me get in the sunlight so you can see. The current is flowing from left to right. You have these little pieces of debris right here, sticks and bark and leaves. They're actually flowing upriver. And that's what an eddy is. An eddy forms a circular motion in the current, and any injured minnow or bait fish, aquatic insects, bugs and things in the water, anything that's injured is going to come and have this kind of washing machine effect. People, this isn't quite a toilet bowl, but it has that effect. There are some holes that literally circle like a toilet bowl, but we're going to get after it. Okay, back on the subject of the main current, seams, and the eddy. The trout, or the feeding trout, I should say, will position themselves in that seam. And that seam is where they can exert the least amount of energy in being in a position to eat. So we want to present our fly in that seam along the edge of the main current. And this is kind of a dart, not really a nymph. there's been a lot of people out here fishing today. This is a fly fishing section only. And I figured, you know what? They've seen a gauntlet of different presentations. Let's give them something they haven't seen today. Oh, I think I got a bite. Yep, fish on. Oh, that's a good one too, folks. Look at this, guys. Oh, that's a nice trout. This is a nice fish, y'all. Beautiful rainbow trout. Oh, that is awesome! You're gorgeous. Oh, fight. Alright, we're gonna get ready to land this fish. I think it's worn out. Oh! I only have 5X tippet. Oh, this fish just has so much spunk in the net. Yeah! Alright. Keep your balance, Hale. Let's get this out of your lip. Let's inspect this beauty. What a beautiful rainbow trout. All right, let's get the release in the sunlight. There it goes. Thanks for playing. I'll get better at this, I promise. I know that's probably B-rate footage, but that fish hit it on the drift coming down through the seam between the current and the eddy. And something they haven't seen before is working today. That's a tiny little split tail, like a little miniature fluke on a tiny little dart style jig head. Killing it. We're gonna get back out there and do it again. Oh, shoot. Tip number 4 today. Because I'm using 5X tippet, I always want to take a wet hand. Pinch your line slightly and check for any abrasions. You don't want to have any kinks or frays. No abrasions, and that feels fine. So we're good. Let's get back out there. Oh, I hit something behind me. Okay. Note to self. Can't make a big He-Man cast like that. There's a strike. Oh, I missed it. Oh, Fuddruckers. Okay, we're back. So many people think trout only eat aquatic insects. That's not true. They're opportunistic. Like I've mentioned on previous videos, the river is like a conveyor belt of food, whether it be bugs or an injured minnow. If an injured minnow presents... Ooh, there's a take. Oh, I missed him. Fuddruckers. If an injured minnow presents an opportunity for an easy, high-calorie meal, a trout will absolutely turn and eat a finfish and not a little stonefly or mayfly or even a caddis or a midge. Now, and take a second to illustrate the type of strike indicator I have. This strike indicator I've tied just below my knot there that ties 3X tippet to 5X tippet. So this strike indicator is actually threaded. It doesn't kink your line. I prefer these. And the brand escapes me right now. I can't say the name of it. But it's got that little groove in it. You just thread your line through that groove, like so, and screw this little nut on it. And before you get it good and tight, this is where it was. So I'll pinch the line here as a reference, and I'll move it towards my fly 3 or 4 inches, and then I'll tighten it back down. And if it's still dragging bottom, or if I think it's too deep after that, I can pinch the line and mark it and move it a little deeper. Or I'm sorry, I can bring it up a little bit, make it run more shallow. Oh, there's a take, got him. First cast back, baby. First cast back, baby. First cast back, baby. Oh, am I hung up? Oh, I think he got me wrapped on something. He did. That was a smart fish. Got me wrapped around this stick. Shoot. Okay. Mark 1 for the fish. That's what I get for talking smack. First cast back, baby. First cast back. Yeah, I'm the man. Oh, fish on. Fish on. Fish on. Got him. Oh, that's a fighting fish too, buddy. That fish hit it almost as soon as it landed in the water. I don't think it's finished yet. Got it. Oh, having that inside out. I am full of calamities today. Ay, ay, ay. If you've made it this far and you're still watching, I really appreciate that. Every viewership and subscriber means a lot. I'm glad I could take you with us. I'm pretty sure I got some good hook sets on camera, and I tried to make this video as informative as possible, even though it might have been a little scrambled at times. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Thanks for watching, and Blair and I are going to the hatchery up in Carsey Springs. We're doing a private tour, and not to lead on too much, but we're gonna fish a couple of rivers around the hatchery and probably make like a 2, maybe a 3-part series based on that. And those are the next coming videos, so stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.